the ocean suddenly boiled, not in some slow theoretical way, but all at once. A global shock, an event that would redefine life itself. The morning it happened, the world was still. The sun rose, pale and faint, over a horizon that shimmered like a fever dream. By noon, the seas weren't seas anymore. They were a monstrous expanse of mist and death. It began quietly. At first, faint threads of steam rose from shorelines. Fishermen watched as the water bubbled under their boats, as fish floated belly up by the millions. The air shimmered with an unnatural warmth, and a deep groaning sound came from the earth, like some ancient beast waking from slumber. By the time the sun sank low, the oceans were a churning cauldron. Waves crashed harder, brighter, burning the air above them until mist became scalding rain. People fled inland, choking on steam and ash. The oceans bubbled and then surged, rising and falling like living things. Cities by the shore disappeared first, a screech of metal and concrete as piers, ships, and buildings gave way to walls of scalding water. The beaches that had been filled with laughter hours ago became tombs of mist and silence. With the oceans gone, the world itself began to collapse. The seas weren't just water, they were the planet's heartbeat, its cooling engine, its balance. Without them, temperatures spiked wildly. Crops shriveled in days. The skies darkened with steam and volcanic dust as the earth, suddenly unanchored, began to rupture. The boiling oceans boiled the air suffocated the forests became ember and ashes. Humanity watched as its borders disappeared, as its maps became meaningless lines across a planet reshaping itself. In the ruins of this new world, survivors clustered far from the burning coasts, deep within mountains and valleys. They spoke of the oceans as gods that had departed, leaving behind scars upon the earth. They spoke of a planet that had refused to bear their greed any longer. The seas had been their womb, their witness, and now their executioner. For those who remained, life became a quiet prayer. Not to gods or kings, but to the memory of salt and wave, to mist upon skin, to the sound of a tide rising and falling like a heartbeat. They learned to carve farms from the shadow of cliffs, to harvest mist from the air, to find water deep within ancient stone. The seas became myths, their stories passed down as warnings about how quickly life can boil away when balance is lost. Through this silence came a lesson, bitter and sharp. The planet was not ours to dominate. The oceans, which had embraced life for billions of years, could just as easily consume it. And yet, amid the ruins, a faint ember of resilience remained. Humans adapted. They found ways to whisper songs across the valleys, planting trees that drank mist and tended fires that refused to extinguish. Slowly, life reshaped itself, molded itself to a new world where the oceans were no more, where mist became the currency of survival, and memory was a beacon to guide the living. In this new, quiet era, a lone figure watched the horizon every morning, searching for a shimmer of blue that would never return. Yet, hope refused to boil away. The seas may have departed, but in the heart of humankind, a current remained. A deep, quiet reminder that as long as life finds breath, it finds a way. The oceans were gone, but their song still lived in every misted breath and every ember that refused to die. And so, upon a planet reshaped by flame and mist, mankind walked on, a witness to its own immortality and fragility. The seas no longer roared, but their silence spoke volumes. In that silence, humanity found a truth as ancient as the earth itself. Life endures, reshaping itself with every breath, rising from every scar, no matter how deep. In a world where oceans boiled, mankind learned to live again and to remember. Hey bro, subscribe to the channel. There are a lot of interesting things here.